Next problem is 2-point charges minus 4 microcoulomb and 5 microcoulomb are located at points 2, -1, 3 and 0, 4, -2. So you have 2 points. So you can take the corresponding points as R1. All these we'll consider as vectors R1 and R2. Okay. So here R1 is 2, -1, 3 and R2 is given as 0, 4, -2. So from the question itself we can mark it R1 and R2. And there are 2-point charges. Here it is Q1 and here it is Q2. Q1 is -4 microcoulomb and Q2 is 5 microcoulomb. So Q1 at point R1 and Q2 at point R2. You are asked to calculate the potential at a point say R. Location is given as 101. So here for the specifically for the problem all the values we have given, but I will just explain in when you are asked to find the potential, the values given will be you are asked to find the potential at a point. So that point you can represent as R. So you are asked to calculate the potential. Potential is a scalar quantity. You are asked to calculate the potential at a point with the coordinate R. So that particular point will be given as vector R and potential due to other charges. So 2 or 3 charges they will give in the question. So say you can represent it in a common way. Q1 at position R1, Q2 at position R2, okay, and Q3 at position R3. If there is a fourth charge, you can again represent Q4 at charge say Q4 charge at say position R4. So here the equation for the potential V will be, it is a scalar quantity, V is equal to, the constant will be taken outside 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q1 divided by vector R minus R1 plus Q2 divided by the position is R2. So vector R minus R2. Okay, plus again you can write if there is a third charge you can write Q3 divided by vector R minus R3. It goes on. Okay, if there are 3 charges you can end it here. If they give 4 charges plus Q4 divided by vector R minus R4. So you know that charges Q1, Q2, Q3 all will be given. You know the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. You can directly substitute it as 9 into 10 raised to 9. Then in the denominator part, I'll tell you how to calculate it. Vector R minus R1, you can calculate it separately. R minus R1 means here you can write in the coordinate form itself. 101 is vector R minus R1 here will be 2 minus 1, 3. So here you can separately calculate it to avoid any confusion. 1 minus 2 minus 1, 0 minus minus 1 that is plus 1 and 1 minus 3 that is minus 2. Okay, so you can do like this. Similarly, vector R minus R2 you can calculate separately. That is 1, 0, 1. That is the main the point where the potential has to be found out. 101 minus second point is 0, 4 minus 2. It is 0, 4 minus 2. Again 1 minus 4 and 1 minus minus 2 that is 3. So you can calculate it separately so that you can substitute it directly without any confusion. So V is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into first charge it is minus 4 into 10 raised to minus 6. Microcoulomb means it is 10 raised to minus 6. You should not miss that minus 4 the negative value also. You should not miss the polarity of the charge as well as the unit of the charge. If it is millicoulomb, you give 10 raised to minus 3, nanocoulomb 10 raised to minus 9. Here it is microcoulomb, so it is 10 raised to minus 6. Divided by, you can write it in this coordinate form itself, minus 1, 1, minus 2, plus second charge is 5 microcoulomb, so that is 5 into 10 raised to 6 divided by again R minus R2 1 minus 4 3. So this is how you should attempt the problems in AET. You can write the steps separately so that there won't be any confusion and there is less chance for making mistakes. You can write it separately and you can directly substitute in the main equation. Instead of substituting all the values parallelly in the main equation, you can do it separately and substitute it in the main equation. Okay, so you can calculate the potential like this. The detailed step is given like this. So to get the magnitude, what do you have to do? I hope you know that. Vector r minus 1, these are the 3 coordinates. Okay, so here this part will be square root of minus 1 square plus 1 square plus minus 2 square. So that will be 4 plus 1 plus 1, it is square root of 6. Again here it will be square root of 1 plus 16 plus 9. That is again square root of 26. Okay. So electric field is comparatively simple because you are dealing with scalar quantity. Okay. So 9 into 10 raised to 9, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 value into you are directly substituting and you will be getting. Unit is very important. In case of potential, it will be volt or kilovolt. Here you are, if you are getting 10 raised to 3, some value into 10 raised to 3 volt or this value into kilovolt. So unit is very important. The same method can be used for calculating electric force experienced by a unit charge due to other charges or electric field intensity at a point. But in these two cases, the difference is they are vector quantities, so the equation will be different. Okay, the same way the question will be asked, there are two charges, say Q1 and Q2, at positions R1 and R2. You will be asked to calculate either a force experienced by a charge at position. So if that be the case, that particular position should be marked as R, and the force experienced by a particular charge, that charge should be given as Q. Okay, if that be the case, how you can write the equation for F? F is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0. That will be common. Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q1 divided by modulus of R minus R1. You know that the denominator part has square component, but here the thing is you have to multiply with the unit vector also. So unit vector is equal to, say unit vector A is equal to the whole vector A divided by magnitude of A. So this is the simple relation which you know. So based on that you can write vector R minus R1 divided by this modulus. So square into one more term, so this will be cube plus Q2 divided into vector R minus R2 divided by modulus of vector R minus R2 the whole cube. So it will be like this. So if you are asked to calculate electric field intensity, this will be F divided by Q. So it's very simple. Instead of this part, it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into this whole bracket will remain the same here. Q1 into vector R minus R1 divided by modulus of vector R minus R1 the whole cube. If they give a third charge also, just add one more factor plus Q3 into vector R minus R3 divided by modulus of vector R minus R3 the whole cube. So here in the denominator cube is coming. Why? Because you already know that when we in school itself we are learning force, electric field intensity, etc. It is inversely proportional to square of the distance. So already you know that there is a square term, and when we deal with vectors, unit vector is the vector divided by the magnitude. So square into one more term, it makes it cube. Okay, so this is how you can calculate F and E, and the last problem was to calculate electric potential. So in this case, we are discussing how to calculate the electric field intensity at a point which is E, force experienced by a particular charge at a point P, that is F, and potential at a point. So at what point you need to calculate some value, that particular point you take it as R. Okay, all the rest of the points you take as R1, R2, etc. and the corresponding charges you take it as Q1, Q2, etc. and you can apply the general equation. Okay.